Hey, what's up? This is Monty from Escape the Fate. Our new album comes out November 2nd, self-titled, Escape the Fate. Pick it up soon.
This is the death of me. I feel it constantly.
I first started playing guitar like about middle school, like 8th grade. I actually moved schools, so I lost a lot of my friends. And I don't know, I just picked up the guitar because that was a fun thing to do for me. And I also, wanted to learn, so I went to the shop and picked up a guitar magazine, which was Guitar World. Thank you. And basically just started playing from there and got my first guitar from my grandpa. It was a 7-string Jackson, because at the time I was fans of new metal bands like Korn, Orgy, all that. It was big and very popular at the time, and still are. But I started playing, picking up, and went from there. Got into more classical style music, more 80s rock, 70s. Just kept diving into all the years and decades of music. It was awesome. I started really developing my playing and soloing with Van Halen, because the way he would always use a pick, like he would scream when he would bend his solos, and that would get my attention a lot. And Zakk Wylde. Zakk Wylde is a big favorite of mine, and yeah, some of the techniques also I was learning was sweep techniques, and at the time that was a really cool new thing I learned then. Issues came together when I was sitting at home jamming on a couple riffs and some tight rhythms, and I wrote Issues in about like 2 hours, real quick song, and like, I don't know, everything just locked up for that song. This guitar like basically sang to me, I guess, on that song. So it was actually really, really cool. When I play this riff, I do it all downstroke, and I try to get that nice pinchy squeal in it, and you hear it with this. And then in the verses, I start palming, but I do all downstrokes to give it a nice tight heaviness, which is like this. Fast, it sounds all tight like this. And when it gets closer to the chorus, we go into the pre-chorus, which is basically the same riff, but it does this, something like this. And I leave off on that harmonic right there at the 5th fret harmonic. I play a 6-string down a whole step to drop C, and I do basically the root notes are still like, I do octaves of the riff. And then on the descending part of that, I start playing the octaves of the fret like this. Here's a little bit slower. So the root note climbs with the high octave riff. And here's the chorus, the rhythm. In during the middle part of the chorus, when I hit the 8th fret, I do a full on chord to brighten up the sound like this. And here's the lead to the chorus. And it has a chorus pedal on it. It has a boss chorus with the depth turned all the way up. Here's the guitar solo from Issues. On the Issues solo, I use a wah pedal, and I use also the whammy bar at the same time and I pick up the notes. Kind of like this. The second time I use a natural harmonic on the 9th fret. Try to get the nice good scream out of that one. And this is it combined. Then I go into a bendy lead without the ball. And then hammer-ons on the 15 to 12. Then a little climb up, hammer-on to end the solo. Do it again. Here's some of the sweeps I would practice just to get my fingers going. Here's it really slow. In the song situations, at the end of the song, climax song, I just thought it'd be cool because I just learned sweep picking at the time in the studio from Guitar World, and it was actually really rad. So I wanted to incorporate that in our song, and that was in situations. And it goes like this. And here's it slower. Me and my brother, we would get like the G3 Tour, Steve Vai DVDs, Yngwie DVDs. We'd like to watch them and see them. And yeah, watching their technique and their playing, you know, and helped me out a lot with that. 10 Miles Wide started, we wanted a badass rock song. So, and at the time, our manager, Joey, was friends with Josh Todd from Buck Cherry. Called him up, and he came over, and we were playing him some riffs, and that riff stood out to him. And we went downstairs, jammed it, screamed it in the mic while I was playing the riff, and that's how 10 Miles Wide was made. And the video was really fun. Obviously, go check it out. 10 Miles Wide, type it in wherever. And here's how the riff goes. With a triplet in it, mixed in, palm muted triplet. Here's it slower. I like to get the squeals, but at the same time the chugs from the triplets. And so I just grab the pick at a certain angle, you'll find it, and This is how it goes slow. So at the same time, you're getting a nice good chug and a good squeal. But not too much of a squeal because you won't still hear the riff. And one of my favorite riffs right now, I just recently made up for the new album. Goes a little bit like this, another like squeal technique. Here it goes. And on that song, I do a bit of single string notes plus more string, like chorded, like this. I'll play it slow. And that's basically that slow. A little bit of a chord action, single notes, squeals. Came out one of my favorites personally. I use the Dunlop Sharp 0.73 millimeters because they're very pointy and sharp. So I could do the chugs, the little sharp point, and the squeals on the side at the same time. So, and that helps me with speed picking, squeals, chugs, everything. To dig right in there and get fast. I use Slinky Top Heavy Bottom Ernie balls. I think it's 52 to 9s. So, around there. It's a little bit custom, but it's basically Slinky Top Heavy Bottoms. So you can still get good bends. I use orange cabs, orange heads. I go through 2 amps at one time. I plug them up. I don't know how Evan does it. So, yeah, I use orange amps.
Are they hundreds? Yeah, 100 watt?
Yeah, they're I think they're actually 30 watt. They're like not.
Oh, they're 30 watt.
Wait, one's really low. I know it was just any blast it. Maybe not 30. It was like Rockverb 30 or Rockverb like 50 or something like that. Maybe the wattage is on it, but I remember it being called Rockverb 30 because we'd have to turn it all the way up and blast it. Because the oranges sound, great when they're blasting.
Yeah.
That helps me also when I'm playing like rock or metal, whatever, and I still do the chords in there like randomly. Like through an orange, it kind of goes, it busts out all the chords. You could hear them very clean, but still heavy. Yeah. Yeah, I used so many pedals that I used a Hog. I used a bass synthesizer. What's it called? The Electro Harmonix bass synthesizer, and a blues driver, Boss Blues driver for solos and leads, and Boss chorus pedal. I used so much stuff on the album to get a nice, good, heavy tone and fatten it up with those pedals, and I just had fun, basically, experimented. I used my Ibanez 7-string. It's actually what most of the songs are on. Is Ibanez just like this, but it's 7 strings. Everything is just exploding from here on. Touring nonstop, recording, having fun. Ever since this new album's coming out, like the radio plays everywhere. I'm here at Guitar World now. Always wanted to be here. Thank you for having me. And yeah, dreams are coming true. Dreams can come true for you. Just keep doing what you love doing and don't stop.